Searching for the Origins of Human Life and Civilization Part V. Last time, I shared with everyone the story from Gongsun Xuanyuan up to the passing of the throne to later generations. First, let me show you a piece of Hongshan jade. I once taught prehistoric characters in a group, and there are already about 130 known Hongshan prehistoric script symbols. Now, take a look at this Hongshan jade plaque. It contains 8 characters. Let us first look at the upper row. The ancients wrote from right to left, so we begin with the first character. What is the first character corrected is the character Sun. And the second one in the first row, from right to left, it is Chang. What about the third? The third is Xian, the same Xian as in Xuanyuan Huangdi. Now let us look again at this chart. You can see that when the first generation commoner Gongsun Xuanyuan submitted to the Flame Emperor and later defeated Shu, he became the Yellow Emperor. He had 25 sons, but only 14 carried the surname Gongsun, and among them, we see that his sons all followed the generational name Chang. After the Yellow Emperor passed away, he handed the throne to his grandson Zhuanxu. In many Hongshan jade artifacts and jade plaque carvings, I have found that the names of this royal lineage often appear. Especially in this jade plaque, the first row is referring to the descendants of the Yellow Emperor, Chang, meaning prosperity. The Yellow Emperor wished his descendants to flourish. Therefore, he hoped that his descendants Chang would act like he, Xian, did. So the first phrase is, meaning may the descendants of Chang follow the path of Xian. Now, on the second row, what is the first character? Right, it is Su, referring to one's wish at the end of life, hence the meaning of a long-held wish. And the second one in the first row, the first character was, yet this one is also, but with 2 extra dots below and an added weapon above, making it different. This represents the great-grandson, the third generation. In Hongshan prehistoric writing, the character was differentiated into more detailed generational levels. The third character is Feng, phoenix. The fourth character is Nian, referring to a type of sticky rice, symbolizing a bond inseparable from the ancestor Xuanyuan Huangdi. These 8 characters carved onto the Hongshan jade plaque were specifically inscribed by Huangdi near the end of his life, intended for his descendants. His final wish was that future generations would continue his prosperity. Additionally, in some Hongshan jade artifacts, we can even find the characters Zhuanxu. This is the prehistoric form of the character, with the right side missing the component. In fact, many simplified forms of characters appeared in Hongshan prehistory. According to research, around 6,000 simplified characters existed during the pre-Qin period. It was only by the Spring and Autumn period that scholars recomplicated many of the written forms. For example, this Hongshan jade gui has 8 prehistoric characters. The character is a simplified form. A square represents a fortress, and with a king in the center, it becomes country. In ancient times, jade was considered precious. A country with wealth had jade, and the extra dot in suggests great prosperity. Thus, Hongshan already possessed writing. When we realize that the entire Hongshan culture can actually be matched with what is recorded in the records of the Grand Historian, we can understand more clearly that Chinese civilization originated locally within our own land. Therefore, the claims made by modern so-called experts arbitrarily placing the origin of Hongshan culture in Chifeng, Inner Mongolia, and falsely declaring Mongolia as the ancestor of Chinese civilization are misguided and lead researchers of prehistoric civilization into a dead end. Now, look again at the bottom right of the chart. I list 10 of the most important elements of Chinese civilization. These 10 civilizational elements cannot be found in any ancient civilization of Mongolia, Egypt, Africa, Persia, or anywhere else. because they originated from our own local prehistoric civilization. Among the many Hongshan jade artifacts and various jade forms, we can find numerous characters that predate oracle bone script. These characters are absolutely not oracle bone script, yet they correspond to oracle bone script and later bronze inscriptions. Their structural forms were painstakingly preserved by our great ancestors of Chinese civilization. Within Hongshan culture, 5 types of scripts have been found: 1 Yi script used and learned by Hongshan royal authorities lost, related to Yi ethnic script, Sangxingdui bronze inscriptions, and Hongshan royal jade inscriptions. 2 Hongshan prehistoric script used by officials and commoners adopted after Huangdi killed Xu, the ancestor of oracle bone script, bronze script, and later Chinese characters. 3 Tadpole script used on seals during military campaigns lost. 4 Water script, also called Tian script, used for ritual jade gui to communicate with spirits, later became talismanic script often used in Daoist charms. 5 Women script, Nusha commoners script used in performing arts, later transmitted to Hunan for storytelling and singing. By seeing these distinctions in the chart, we can understand that the origins of human civilization and life can be found here, a complete diagram of origin. To this day, I have not seen anyone thoroughly study Hongshan culture. Thus, after I could present evidence that Hongshan culture is truly Chinese in origin, I felt that because the term Hongshan culture has already become deeply rooted, I could only add the words Huaxia in front. Huaxia Hongshan culture is the true origin of life and civilization. This is why I must use Huaxia Hongshan culture as the name of our association. This is the reason.